Tonight is the night the Chargers visit the Raiders on Monday Night Football. What can we expect from the new look Las Vegas Raiders? Also, Brock Bowers. What can we expect from him as far as health-wise? We'll break it all down for you. And the Chargers offense, is it as good as what we saw against KC? So much to talk about today. So exciting. Monday Night Football. It all starts here on the Bolt Crew podcast.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the Bolt Crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the Bolt Crew, best up in the business. It's the Bolt Crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. Ay, we just wanna win, we just wanna win, ay. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Bolt Crew podcast. It's Monday Night Football tonight as you get two shows. We do this one, and then, of course, we're going to do the post-game show. I have the cigar ready to go as expect the Chargers to knock off the Raiders. Very exciting time. Realized I can't see without the glasses. I tried to do that read, and I saw Brock was in there somewhere, and you look at it and say Brock Purdy. So here's the deal. Is the Chargers, though, taking on the Raiders is exciting because not only we want to know, and I'll say we a lot, as long as this team is doing well because I'm that kind of fan. And at the same time, guys, the Chiefs are 0-2. Before the Chargers even played game 2 of their schedule, the Chiefs are 0-2. Doesn't mean the Chiefs are done, but at the same time, it's a tremendous advantage. So they could be sitting, meaning the Chargers, in first place after today all by themselves. One of these teams will be sitting in first place today all by themselves. We all know what happened. We're going to break down a little bit of what happened over the weekend, but I kind of like this is one of those Monday night games, guys, when we say it kind of stinks on Sundays when your teams aren't playing. But this is a situation, Josh, Mario, I'm excited that the Chargers have the last game of the week.
I am too, and I think the Chargers deserve to have the last game of the week. We talked about how the Chargers kind of got shafted in Brazil by having a home game that wasn't really a home game. Chargers have the opportunity to have all eyes on them tonight as they play the Raiders. I understand that the Raiders and Chargers matchup is not what it used to be with the LT days with Phillip Rivers, but it's getting pretty good. And the reason it's getting pretty good is because you have a lot of cool matchups in tonight's game. I'll point out 3 to me, Mario, that are really important. Pete Carroll versus Jim Harbaugh. We know that they have a rivalry that goes back years and years and years when Pete was at USC and Jim was at Stanford. And then you have Genty and Hampton, the top 2 running backs taken in this year's draft. And then the matchup that I'm most excited about, Mario, and I think it's the biggest key to victory for the Chargers, is going to be Derwin James versus Brock Bowers. I think that's going to be a rivalry and a matchup that you're going to see for years to come, and one that the Chargers believe that they have the best person to go against the best tight end in the NFL.
Poor Derwin James, man. He's like, hey, I just did like a decade of Travis Kelce. Now here's Brock Bowers. Like, here's your other divisional opponent getting one of the best tight ends in football. You kind of hit on the head here, Josh. I feel like the rivalry, I don't want to say back, but more in the public eye because of this history that we have with Pete Carroll and Jim Harbaugh, with like the intense handshake, and then them kind of both admitting that they're not the biggest fans of each other and that they kind of want to beat both, like mutually want to beat their ass. Like they just, it's kind of on site with these two guys. So it is, Dave, I think a perfect moment for both teams to kind of break out. And, you know, Chargers last year, we're going into this new era of Charger football. Raiders are starting a whole different era for themselves in this game. And Brock Bowers is going to be a big part of it. But also, I think Geno Smith, how does he look in game 2? And is he going to be the backup Geno Smith, or is he going to be the starter that we have to worry about a deep ball all day long?
You know, going right off of Geno, what you say, Geno's one of those guys not impressed, right? He came into the league with the Jets, complete disappointment. Again, anytime you get picked by the Jets, things are destined to go bad. But Geno was a complete disappointment for a guy that talked a lot of trash. I mean, I understand having confidence in yourself, but Geno was over the top, was a hard guy to root for. The fact that Geno fixed his career in Seattle was amazing. Like, I never saw that coming. And then Geno, when you look at the numbers he put up against the Patriots, where he put up a lot of yards, and Geno isn't a scrub quarterback. He's actually a very capable quarterback, that he's not the same guy he was the first 7-8 years he was in the league. And all of a sudden he's worth something. He's dangerous, much dangerous than what the Raiders have had in the past. The Raiders obviously have a tight end that's the best in football right now. And as you said, Josh, here's the deal. That's a great matchup right off the bat that you're going a second-year tight end with an all-pro safety. And the thing is, Derwin James does a better job in this situation than any safety in the league because he's had so much practice against Travis Kelce over the years. This is exciting. Look, I'm older than both of you guys, and for Charger fans that are on here in our chat that are watching, they have so much to talk about, not only going from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s to where we are now, where it feels like the rest of the league needs to start paying attention to this, because for years the Raiders didn't hold up their end of the bargain. Over 20 years, the Raiders have not held up their end of the bargain of this. Al Davis, who's such a big part of what the Raiders are, was once an assistant coach with the Chargers. And it goes back far, and it goes back to Ron Mix, which is one of my favorite stories of all time. Ron Mix, one of the greatest Chargers of all time, offensive lineman Mario at a USC, plays his whole career with the Chargers. He retires. They retire his number 74. Al Davis says, I want you to come out of retirement and play for the Raiders. I'm going to pay you as much money as you made your entire career with the Chargers to pay you 2 years to play for the Raiders. You're going to double your money in just 2 years playing for the Raiders after having a lifetime with the Chargers. And guess what? He came out of retirement. And what did the Chargers do? They unretired number 74, put it right back in circulation. And, man, it goes back and forth with these teams. And there have been some great games, whether the Raiders were in Oakland, in Los Angeles, back in Oakland, to the Chargers being in San Diego, to being in Los Angeles, to all of a sudden, this is something to talk about. And Josh, I think it really, forget about just the coaches. It's the running back situation that will keep this rivalry going for the longest time, because both these running backs should still be in the league by the time Pete Carroll has finally retired.
I agree. And here's a trivia question for both of you guys. What team did Geno Smith play for before the Seahawks?
I know.
Mario?
It wasn't Jets.
The Jets
Bucks?
were first.
I know Jets were first. Why can I not remember?
Right in your
The
backyard.
Chargers.
Geno was
Chargers.
a backup to Phillip Rivers, and he was terrible.
Wow.
Here's the deal. As you say this, I know you got a lot to say on this, Josh, but I used to go to the games crazy early. Game starts at, let's say, 1 o'clock, 1:20, depending. I'd get there 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'd watch Cardell Jones and Geno Smith not play catch with anyone. And you've never seen anybody with nobody guarding them not being able to throw a pass. They're both so bad. They're both terrible. Like Tim Tebow was the worst. Tim Tebow was the worst warm-up quarterback I've ever seen in my life. Those two guys fit right in there. I can't imagine those three guys throwing a football in a park in a triangle. You'd want to run yourself right into traffic. Unbelievable how bad Geno Smith was.
Geno Smith was really bad to start his NFL career, but his resurgence is something to take note of, especially as a Charger fan tonight. He can beat you. He threw for over 300 yards last week. He threw for tons of yards with the Seahawks, and he's back with Pete Carroll on the Raiders. He looked pretty good last week. He has the best tight end in the NFL, but the Chargers also have a very good defense and a team that's ready to slow him down. When you bring up Amarian Hampton and Ashton Genty, you talk about two running backs, Mario, that can do it all. They can run the ball. They can catch the ball. They can block. Those are two running backs that can block when you need them to. They're going to be needing a lot of blocking today. The Raiders have a huge injury with Jackson, JPJ is what people like to call him. He has a concussion. He's out. He's not going to play. The Chargers need to take advantage of that. And then you got Max Crosby coming off the edge on Trey Pipkins. That's a mismatch for us. We're going to need Amarian Hampton to stay in there and throw some chip blocks. It's going to be exciting. To me, the Chargers have the advantage when it comes to quarterback play and Justin Herbert, and defense. Jesse Minter's defense is one of the top units in the NFL, and I think you're going to see it on display tonight, Mario.
I did too. And look, I know there's some things that kind of go Geno Smith's way. And you look at back at week 1, he had the 9 completions for 20 plus yards. And then if you kind of go, what's the analytics say with Geno? He's 6th in passing grade versus 2 high cover shell. And that's Chargers do that at the 4th highest rate in the NFL. Congratulations. I know that points towards Geno, and you think, oh my God, Geno's going to have a day. Dude, my freaking ass. If it's going to be Brock Bowers, then that's it. Jacoby Myers is not a good enough player. He's not going to be able to create separation. And he also struggles against zone defense that the Chargers do run. He struggles very much in that. He's not the smartest receiver when it comes into finding the gap, getting open, and kind of staying where he needs to stay into. He kind of runs away from the spot. So even though there's some numbers that point to Geno having this spectacular game, it's either Brock Bowers and nothing for that offense, Dave. And that right side of their O-line is so bad that the Chargers can really take advantage of it. If they put pressure on Geno and they don't let Genty get going, this can be a very low-scoring game for the Las Vegas Raiders.
All right, Mark, we had this discussion the other day when you weren't here. The talk was, how would the Chargers attack the Raiders on offense? And I tell you, last week I was saying we're going to establish the running game more. I think, Harbaugh is the kind of guy that has his players back and go, this is a day for Hampton to show that the Chargers got the best running back. But the answer, I think, honestly, guys, is through the passing game. I think I've changed my opinion on this. I think that the answer to win the game is through the passing game, because that's what the Raiders don't do well. The defensive backfield's a mess. I don't think you can rely on one too much. I think that balance is a key point. We know that Greg Roman prefers the run. He didn't do that against the Chiefs. But at the same time, if you look at the Chiefs, why they're 0-2, they haven't relied on the run. They don't have balance. You have to have balance in your offense. But I think the Chargers, the key to winning today will be through the passing game.
Yeah, big news that's recent. Henley's questionable for tonight for undisclosed illness. Seems that he may be sick. Kind of sounds like similar to the situation with Becton. Obviously, we hope that he's playing. You can make an argument that he's our second best defensive player behind Derwin James. You absolutely need him tonight, especially the same day that Denzel Perryman is placed on the IR. So if you don't have Henley out there tonight, it is a huge deal. He's the captain of the defense, the middle of the defense in my eyes. I understand Derwin James is probably the captain of the entire defense, but he's the one that wears the green dot. You need him tonight. That's going to be something we're going to be monitoring all day, Mario.
All day. The linebackers are the heart of the defense. With Henley possibly being out and Perriman also being out, that's pretty scary. That's not the best thing you want to hear, especially against Pete Carroll's known for, hey, he likes to run the hell of the football. And they didn't establish that very well against the Patriots. I think they're going to try to do that a little bit tonight, because the more that clock runs, the less time that Justin Herbert has out there on the field. So I think that's an area that the Raiders will try to do. But back to, Dave, what you were saying of how can the Chargers attack the Raiders, I think they attack them through the slot. Last game, Darnay Holmes was targeted 6 times for 73 yards. That was most on the Raiders team. That was on a Patriots receiving core that probably wouldn't make it on about like 70% of teams in the NFL. Now, what happens when you put Ladd McConkey, one of the best in the game, in that position? I think he dominates them, right? Even in the 2 games he's had against the Raiders last year, one game he had 95 receiving yards, the other game he had 39 and a touchdown. But when he has this matchup of Holmes where he was just getting absolutely dogged on against guys that weren't even close to the level of Ladd, I expect a big game from the Conky himself, man. 3rd and Ladd's going to be in full effect. And if, Henley's out and, we're down 2 starting linebackers, we're going to need to put up a good amount of points to win this game, because Jesse Minter's a genius, but, that's like a mad genius. You have to be at that level with 2 of your linebackers, 2 of your green dot guys out.
What's interesting also, remember all the talk of who the Chargers should sign? And we've gone over this about Mike Williams or Keenan Allen, and you bring any of those former Chargers back. And of course they went with Mike Williams first. And then, Keenan Allen ends up being the guy because Mike Williams retires. For me, you guys tell me, you guys watch a lot of football too. You don't just watch the Chargers, you watch every team play. I think for a defense, the more frustrating thing is the slot, because when you sit there and you go, man, it's like, death by 1,000 cuts. If you sat there and you stretched out the field and it's dangerous doing that, yeah, it's considered a home run ball. When they hit, they're big, but are they consistent? But man, it is frustrating to give up first down after first down and 3rd down conversions and then extend the drives. And it is number one, it's exhausting keeping your defense on the field that long. 2, it's like, what do we have to do? The fact that they have a guy like Keenan and a guy like Ladd on this team is very frustrating. We talk about mismatches all the time. Teams that are able to go with, in the past, the double tight end set, how it's something you don't prepare for. But to have a team like the Chargers, for a defense, it has to be extremely frustrating, because every time you think you're about to get off the field, now you got to give them another 3 downs. And here we go again, and here we go again. And I think, honestly, the key for the Chargers, man, the Charger football will get you in the slot.
Oh, yeah, we will. And I love that Mario pointed out Darnay Holmes is something I was going to talk about later in the show. He's number 30 for the Raiders. He had a PFF grade of 35. I understand what PFF means to all of us, but he had a grade of 35. He was targeted 6 times. He gave up 5 receptions. If you see Ladd McConkey on number 30 for the Raiders, it is a mismatch for them. we got to take advantage of it. We got to get over there. We got to take advantage of that mismatch. He is an LA kid, UCLA guy. Hopefully we make him feel bad playing against the Chargers. I want to talk about the Chiefs. I'm very happy about the Chiefs situation. Had a smile on my face all day today just thinking about the Chiefs and their downfall. Did you guys watch that game? I'm sure you did, Mario.
Oh, it was glorious. I'll toss it back to you, Josh. You may have a lot to say, but them complaining about the refs is so funny.
Which part?
No time
Mark?
for that.
Which part? Which part?
I mean, just the Chris Jones, his complaining on the false start, where I'm like, buddy.
Yeah, they're saying the guards are leaving too early. I'm like, your guards are leaving too early. Your right tackle is left early for 5 years. What are you talking
about? By the way,
Eagles were doing it. Like I was watching, like, yo,
yeah,
that guy really left early. But to your point, Chiefs, you've been doing it for a long time.
You can't be a bank robber and then complain that guy's robbing banks. I mean, are you insane? It was the greatest of all time. Plus, you lost at home. I know, Josh, we just went off topic what you were bringing up, but
no, go ahead.
It made my day to listen to them cry. Just sit there and cry and whine. Dude, you are the last people that should cry and whine. You guys always have the refs in your back pocket. Your right tackle leaves early on every play, and then you're complaining that their two guards are moving. Dude, please.
Give me a break. When we're talking about the tush push, the Chiefs were hitting the football before the guy was snapping the ball, like touching the football. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That's against the rules.
No one was more offsides than Chris Jones.
Nobody's more offsides than Chris Jones. I understand what the play means to everybody. Everybody has a different opinion. If you can't stop it, you can't stop it. I don't think they should ban the play. I agree with Chris Jones in the sense that they shouldn't be moving, but that counts for your team too, buddy, because Jawan Taylor has the most penalties in the NFL over the last 2 seasons. So you got to look at your team first before you point fingers. The thing that made me the most happy about the game yesterday, Mario, was 2 things. One, Travis Kelce's drop. Even though he's my buddy and we hung out at Coachella and that whole thing that we all know about. But he dropped that ball on the goal line that turned into a swing for the Eagles as the guy picked it off and ran it back. Hell of a tackle, though, by Josh Simmons on the Chiefs. That was impressive. But also their offensive and defensive lines completely dominated. Completely dominated. It was like the Super Bowl all over again. Their offensive line had no answers for everybody on that Eagles defensive line. It wasn't just Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. It was other guys you never even heard of that were taking advantage of the Chiefs offensive line. I don't care how good Patrick Mahomes is. I don't care how good Josh Allen is or Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson. If you can't block for them, you're going to have a Joe Burrow situation. You're not going to have a quarterback for the remainder of the season. Patrick Mahomes needs to keep his head on a swivel because that team cannot block.
They can't. And the Eagles, by the way, didn't even play their best game. Like, if you really look at the stats wise, what Devontae and AJ Brown combined for 80 receiving yards, those are one of the best receivers in the league, and they didn't even have that spectacular of an outing. There was a great Chris Jones thing where they're doing the kneel downs and he's talking to Jalen Hurts. He's like, you didn't even get 100 yards. He's like, shut your ass up. We just won the game. I'm paraphrasing, but that was amazing to me. The Kelce thing, guys, this is 2 games in a row now where he just gets Xavier Worthy hurt and then the drop. Dave, you can't tell me mentally that's not getting to him. Also, the freak out on the sideline. I'm not saying his career is over or anything like that, but I mean, that guy's not a top 5 tight end anymore in this league. And the Chiefs need him to be.
Well, a couple things is a good point to forget. Again, as we're sitting there enjoying these first 2 weeks of the Chiefs falling apart, you can blame Travis for both losses. I mean, honestly, you took out your number 1 receiver yourself on the first drive against the Chargers. And then that clip, by the way, going around of Xavier Worthy when they drafted him, and they show Taylor Swift super excited that they got him. And they were saying this is when Travis made his hit list. Do you ever see that clip? Taylor's losing her mind. We got Xavier Worthy. Like, she's over the top excited that they drafted Xavier Worthy. And he's like, all right, none of that. And then Travis takes him out. And then, as you said, not only the drop ball, but it turns into an interception. I mean, it was a difference of 14 points. The Eagles ended up scoring off of that. It was a 14-point turnaround in that situation. So for Travis, unfortunately for him, he's not a top 5 guy anymore. Here's the most interesting stat that I saw right before we went on there is Patrick Mahomes has missed 250 yards and 5 touchdown passes worth of throws. Meaning he's overthrown receivers. He's missed guys wide open that should have been touchdowns. 250 yards in 2 weeks. 5 touchdowns that he's missed of guys of passes that he should complete. Look, Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. I understand that. He's going in the Hall of Fame first shot. When it's done, a lot of people might say he's the greatest of all time. Patrick Mahomes has never been that guy that puts up those crazy numbers, and a lot of his faults basically get excused for his fourth quarter play. He's been this guy for his whole career. Anyone who plays fantasy football knows don't draft Patrick Mahomes. He's not the key to you winning. He doesn't put up those kind of points. He's a great fourth quarter quarterback. Matter of fact, he's probably the best under 2-minute quarterback I've ever seen.
Tom Brady's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say under 2 minutes. But Tom Brady had all those goddamn home games in the playoffs against crappy teams. Dude, he went through a division when the Jets were horrible, the Bills were terrible, and the Dolphins were terrible. You got to host every freaking playoff game, basically.
That's true. With Patrick Mahomes, I understand he's missing wide open guys. I mean, the Thornton pass, holy hell, the guy was open by 40 yards. Nobody's around him at the end of the game. But it's kind of like when you're in the batter's box and you got a pitcher that's throwing 100 miles an hour and you don't know where it's going. He probably feels the same way. He's like, when am I going to get my head knocked off? These guys can't block for me. And he's making ill-advised throws or he's just missing guys. It's not an excuse, but Patrick Mahomes hasn't looked exactly like himself against the Eagles. So once again, don't feel bad for him at all. I hope he continues to struggle, and I wish nothing but the worst for him remainder of the season. Travis Kelce wearing the free Rashee Rice shirt before the game. Like, dude, are you serious? What if it was a Henry Ruggs situation where he would have killed somebody? Would you be wearing a free Rashee Rice shirt before the game? What if Taylor Swift was like, hey, what did Rashee Rice do? I'm not really familiar with the situation. Oh, he almost killed somebody? Hey, Travis, why don't you take that shirt off? All right? You make yourself look like an idiot in front of everybody. I thought that was ridiculous. Did you guys watch the Broncos-Colts game as well?
Couple more things on the Chiefs thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the T-shirt thing. Just one of those where I was like, just sit this one out. Just truly. Like I know what you're trying to do. Like support, just sit it out. Just, I'm all set on this one. Maybe the next time. And then the other thing for Kansas City, there's a silver lining where, like, look, you don't have Rice, you don't have Worthy, so maybe when they're back, that team's gonna be better, which it will be. But dude, that schedule. I mean, I was just even going through it if I would still like maybe a bet on over a win total or anything future wise with them. It just never gets any easier. Like, they have the Giants, which, it's going to be a cakewalk, but then you have Baltimore, which is going to be hard. And then I know Jacksonville is not that great, but you're still in Jacksonville. Like, that could be kind of a trap game. Just things will not get better. You go face Detroit after that, then you have the Raiders and then Commanders. Like, it is going to be a really rocky road the rest of the year, and they have no room for error. But all that being said, Dave, Sean Payne did a freaking media tour, and his team's not living up to that tour.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely. I mean, honestly, I love it. I don't hate Andy Reid. I don't like Patrick Mahomes. I'm not a Kelce fan. A lot of guys on the Chiefs I don't like. Andy Reid's like the one guy, honestly, it's not that I can't stand him. There are two guys in NFL history where I just wanted to see them get hit really hard. Like, I wanted to see him get hit so hard, I wanted to see him cry on the field. The first one was Eli Manning. Like, he's right there.
Why?
Well, he told the Chargers basically, shove it, stick it, I'm never going to play for you.
I forgot about that, but I thought he was just a funny-looking guy.
No, he is, but he looks like a guy that's eating crayons, right? And then I just want to see him get hit so hard, and yet he never really was. Mahomes is the other one. Like, I just want to see Mahomes just get rocked, and this is bad to say, but forget it. It's our show. We own it. No one's getting written up. We don't have HR. Dude, I want to see I want to see Mahomes have almost like a Tua effect of, if I got hit so hard, I don't know where I am. And that's kind of where it is. He's beaten us for a long time. And now that we get a chance to sit on the top of the mountain, yeah, it sounds bad, but I've waited a long time to sit at the top of the mountain. And I want to be on the top of the mountain finally. Done with the Chiefs.
Yeah. Hey, has he always done the finger thing? I was watching the game yesterday, Mario. What's up with this right here?
Yeah, he has, and it's a weird one. It's like it's
so weird, dude.
It is. Yeah, it's like his walk too. It's like, dude,
he's like walking and doing this at the same time. I'm like, has he always done that? But I don't. Yeah. Anyways, the Colts, first team in Super Bowl era history to not punt their first two games. Who had that on their bingo card? The Colts just being absolutely dominant on offense against what's supposed to.
Caleb Williams should text that guy.
Dude, we'll talk about Caleb Williams later.
Oh remember he texted the punter, said you aren't going to be punting a lot.
Yeah. That's a good. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Good callback.
But anyway, the Colts went against what's supposed to be the top defense in the NFL in the Broncos, and they made them not look like the top defense. Shout out to Daniel Jones for balling. He's never going to hear me say that, but shout out to you, Daniel. And the Broncos don't look that great. And Cortland Sutton has been an afterthought on that team. He was supposed to be their go-to guy on offense. He did nothing yesterday.
What happened to the running back? What happened to RJ Harvey?
Dude, I'm so sick of that. Fantasy wise, I thought I found a diamond in the rust. I didn't. I found a freaking
Rough.
moldy piece of bread. It's like nice. Like fantastic, man. That killed me. Also, the Colts fans, I got a screaming match Thursday night around 11 p.m. Eastern with
Were you in Indianapolis Thursday night?
No, I was in Detroit.
Oh.
With Joseph Daniel Herron. And I thought I was winning the argument. And then after yesterday, because we had a discussion, Daniel Jones versus Caleb Williams, I was like, okay, I'm still taking Caleb. After Sunday, I was like, oh, it might be Denny Dimes. And that's hurtful. But that defense, what the hell happened to it? He threw for over 300 yards against them.
Yeah.
They averaged 7 yards per play.
I got the Bronco defense. I know. Yes. Yeah. Dude, it's crazy. It is, man, this sport's so good. The NFL's so good. You know, if you watch Dave Portnoy today, sitting there telling you things are rigged, but whatever it is, man, it is the best drama ever where these games come down to the very end. I love the NFL. I'm here for it. I love the fact our team's undefeated and should be undefeated after tonight as well. Yeah, it might be a little bit different, but as I said, I have the cigar ready to go. Got a brand new lighter. I'm ready for the victory cigar, ready to sit in first place by ourselves tonight.
You got to take advantage and just talk about the Broncos real quick. Bo Nix didn't have a bad game. He, 3 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. J.K. Dobbins, the lead running back on that team. And then, like I said, Cortland Sutton was nowhere to be found. Is it a new NFL rule, Mario, that you can't hit the snapper on a field goal? Because I'm pretty sure that's been a rule that's been in effect for a very long time.
Yeah.
Dude, they just hit the hell out of that guy. Like, that rule was just made up yesterday. I'm like, what are you guys doing over there in Denver? It was great. Nothing makes me happier than to see Patrick Mahomes lose. Sean Payton losing in his face, probably my second favorite thing. It was great. Absolutely loved every second of it. Which one made you feel better? Real quick, which one made you feel better? Which loss made you feel better?
The Colts one, because I thought the Chiefs were going to lose anyways. I just didn't think they were going to be ready to face Philadelphia. And the way they did it, where the guy missed the field goal. Also, shout out Shane Steichen. We're thinking like, no, this is the perfect spot to kick a field goal. Like, really? Like, you can maybe get a little closer. But the fact that they missed it and then there was a penalty and then they had to do it again, Dave, that's the most perfect way to see your rival lose.
Oh, it was great. You know what's funny is the official who marks the first one as a no good, and he just looks over at the Colts mascot who's collapsed underneath the goalpost.
So funny.
He's like, "What are you doing?" Just looks over the stupid mascot that's face down in the turf. Hey, you got another chance. The whole thing is just so ridiculous. Coaching,
they do have a great celebration though with the mascot where he humps the air. Did you see that they all did that with him?
Oh, that was good.
Indy doesn't do a lot of things good, like a lot of things right, but that's the one thing that I would hang my hat on, like, attaboy, Indy.
Okay, a couple things. I didn't think we'd talk this much Colts football. I thought we'd talk more Denver, but I'm going to say a couple things about the Colts. Number one, 2 impressive wins that I don't think many people saw coming. 2 is you have an owner that passed away, and now all of a sudden you have the new CEO, new president. I love the fact that she's wearing the headset. I love that she's taking notes. And I like that she sits and me. Look, if I owned a team, I might not sit there and tell you to do your job, but I'm going to know who does their job and how they do their job. I think it's important to be hands-on without being hands-on. And Josh, I can tell, is giving me a look. He disagrees. Dude, she's not Jerry Jones. And at the same time, it lets people know they're accountable. Whether she walks into an offensive meeting, a defensive meeting, it's not just BS and eating donuts till 2 a.m. and telling everybody how hard they worked. You got a job to do. When the boss is sitting there writing checks and wants to make sure we're doing everything we can to win, you got someone over your shoulder who's writing checks, that's taking notes. And maybe she knows what she's doing, maybe she's not. Maybe she's writing her target to-do list of what she needs to get on the way home. I have no idea what she's writing on that paper, but they think they're being watched. And in this situation, you owe it to, I think, your fan base to get all your bases covered. Sean Payton, who's a veteran coach in the NFL, a lot of people think it might be a Hall of Fame coach. Dude, that was coaching. They lost that game because of coaching. The Pittsburgh Steelers, sorry, Mike Tomlin, dude, your player didn't know the rules on a kickoff and ended up being ridiculous. It was embarrassing to not know the rules on what's going on. That goes right to that coach. Ben Johnson, week 1 with the Bears, never even entered his mind to kick the ball out of bounds and put it on the 40 and get extra time on the clock. So it's one of those where what's the deal? The only 32 jobs out there like this, you got to cover your bases. And the guys you're going to see tonight, and Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll, I guarantee you the bases are covered on what's going on when it comes to the rules.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about the headset thing for too long, but I hate it personally because I'm like, she doesn't know what she's listening to. I mean, I played football, and if you're not in the everyday meetings, you have no idea what they're saying. What does she think they're doing? They're putting in drive-through orders because she's going to listen to what they're saying during the game. What, like, seriously, what is she looking?
They're 2-0.
Whatever. Good for them. I'm happy for them. All right, real quick. Other things that happened around the league. Joe Burrow out for 3 months. He has turf toe. Are we surprised? No. All right, next story. Kidding. But seriously, though, like, did you guys watch the Bengals game? Dude, you think Patrick Mahomes has no protection? Holy hell, Joe Burrow's never really had protection with the Bengals. That team cannot do anything right over there. Horrible.
He doesn't have protection, and Philip Rivers has no idea what protection is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's got all the damn kids. I mean, Bengals, it's a problem they've continued to ignore, is that offensive front, and it's shot him in the foot multiple times, and there's no example of it. And Dave, I think this ruins a quote unquote all in year for them, because Trey's probably gone after this year. And if I'm Zach Taylor, I think my seat's on freaking fire, because it doesn't matter if Burrow's not there. You don't make the playoffs. He hasn't shown you enough that he should stick around.
No, the Bengals, man, their worst thing about the Bengals has always been their ownership. You know, they're the cheapest team in the league. You know, you sit there and you allocate money in weird places. They've always been known this way. The Brown family's been a complete disaster. It's embarrassing. It's one of those organizations where the NFL should literally put pressure on them to sell the team. They just don't run it like other NFL teams, and they go shortcuts, and you have superstars that now aren't available. Joe Burrow, is this the third time that he's missing a ton of time? Am I wrong on that, Josh? Third or fourth time?
Third time.
You're throwing his season away. I mean, maybe he comes back in December, maybe. I mean, look, the Bengals are 2-0. They're the worst 2-0 team in the league right now. Browning, who threw 3 interceptions, yeah, they got the win. Browning is an interesting guy, because when he played for Burrow last time, put up decent numbers, yet you didn't see teams giving up draft picks for him. You know, best thing about Browning, if you're watching social media, is his girlfriend's outfits. Holy cow. Did you see what she was wearing? I can't wait to see the rest of the season. Why you saw that, Mario?
No, I just knew you were gonna, as soon as Josh brought up the topic, I go, let's find the route where Dave brings it back to this.
Oh, I'm going, and I'm all for. I'm a side boob guy. A lot of side boob. That's all I'm gonna say. So
by Blue Chew.
Let's see what she's wearing next week, and the week after, and the week after. So here we go. As far as the Bengals go, man, you might want to consider trading your high-priced defensive end before the trade deadline if you see that team starting to collapse. And there's a very good chance that team's going to collapse. It's funny, as I do our rankings just for myself, and I know sometimes we get to them on the show a little bit as the season goes on. Dude, I was trying to write down 5 top teams on both sides. It's hard to get 5 on both sides after 2 weeks into the season. Seriously, I can name them like 3 to 4 in the AFC, and in the NFC, I got about 3. Like, legitimate teams that I think could win the Super Bowl this year. Otherwise, it's so balanced back. It's not a top-heavy league, and I know that's what the NFL wants. But man, it's not as strong as I thought it was. And the Bengals being 2-0, we always joke about them getting off to slow starts. Now that you lose Burrow to possibly December, maybe the rest of the season, good luck in that division. Good luck.
Well, yeah, like you said, the NFL wants it to be balanced. The best team in the NFC so far, Mario, in my opinion, would be the Green Bay Packers. I think the team that looked so good, the best out of 2 games, would be the Buffalo Bills. Chargers play tonight, so maybe they would be the team that looks the best after 2 games. I love that there's tons of parity. I think it makes it great. Every game is exciting, just like the Cowboys and Giants, which I think was one of the best games I've ever seen in my life. It was incredible. Mr. Unlimited threw the ball to the other team at the end of the game. It was so insane. Like, where are you throwing the ball? Even though he had a great game up until that point, Malik Neighbors is out of his mind good. Yeah. But I also want to say F you to the NFL for one reason, because the NFL does a lot of great things, and we praise them all the time. F you to the NFL for making me watch J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix last night. You had the Eagles and the Chiefs, the teams that just played in the Super Bowl last season, and you make me watch J.J. McCarthy for 3 hours. 3 hours I'll never get back in my life. 3 hours that was a complete waste of time in my life. He is not what people thought he's going to be. Dave and I were not a fan of him coming out of Michigan. Oh my God, can they not block for him? And oh my God, is he not ready to take over a franchise?
He is so far from being that franchise guy. And even against, like, I know they got the win in Chicago, but there's glaring, glaring problems with his performance where I was just sitting there going, wow, this is ugly. And it looked even uglier last night. He made a Falcons defense have been trying to find their footing look fantastic. He's not very strong. You mentioned the Cowboys Giants game. Just a special shout out. I wrote this note down. I didn't get the guy's name, but he had 4 penalties on the first possession, and then they benched him, and then he freaked out about it. That's my new favorite player in the NFL. I love that guy, dude.
Wait, can we point out one of his penalties was absolutely just punching somebody in the face?
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's my
awesome.
favorite player in the world. I was like, dude, if there's anyone I could meet this morning and talk to, it'd be him. Just being like, I mean, 1's tough. 2, you gotta figure out. 3's like it can't get any worse. And then you hit 4, you're like, whoo, maybe you should consider a different career path.
Yeah, you're benching me? Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, look, it was a bad Sunday night game. Usually the Sunday night game is honestly one of the best games of the week. It did not go the way they expected it to go. The one thing about JJ McCarthy and Mario, we argue about this all the time. I thought Caleb Williams might be the worst quarterback out of that first round. He's not the worst. JJ right now needs to prove what he is. But everyone else in that quarterback draft class, pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Dude, yeah. I have lots of notes about that performance yesterday.
Rome's good. Rome is good. Rome looked good.
Yes.
2 of my favorite things I saw yesterday were in the Jaguars Bengals game. Liam Cohen telling Trevor Lawrence to hit a guy in the chest, and then Trevor Lawrence waving him off. Shut up. Don't talk to me, even though you're the coach. And then Liam Cohen giving a speech after a loss in the locker room. I've never seen that.
Well, they might talk, but they don't record it and put it on social media. For some reason, they put it on social media. That was bizarre.
If anybody hasn't seen it, go watch it. Go look at the faces. Don't listen to anything Liam Cohen has to say. Yeah. You'll become dumber afterwards. But look at the faces in the locker room. Everybody in there is looking around like, are we really doing this? And shout out to Brian Thomas for quitting the second game of the season, buddy. You're one of the best receivers in the NFL. Completely just quit yesterday. Said, I don't want to be here anymore. He gave up on the season. So shout out to you, Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah, good stuff out of Jacksonville. Franchise just gets better and better every year. With the fan base that truly stands by it. Everyone knows a Jaguars fan. Quick shout out from yesterday to Cam Ward. I mean, get Brian Thomas over there or like anyone, but that guy can ball a little bit. His team's JV, but he's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cam Ward's going to be okay. Honestly, I think he's going to be okay. A lot of things to see in this league that are excited to see how things play out. Again, it's so great when your team that you root for is, I think, one of the top teams in this league and only getting better. I mean, I can't say enough about the culture that Harbaugh has put together. Pete Carroll trying to do the same thing with the Raiders. I mean, Pete Carroll's worst thing is that he's 74 years old, It was at Pete Carroll, he would do this for another 25 years. There's major news, by the way, from the Raiders expected today. It might even happen during the show, but it's a Tom Brady announcement. And it's guessing of what this Tom Brady announcement is. I might be off, but the only thing I think it leads to, Josh and Mario, is I think he's about to get a much bigger stake in the franchise. It's the only thing that leans that way, that maybe Mark Davis has given up a bigger piece to Tom Brady. And it'd be very interesting if the Davises weren't the majority owners. The Raiders already have like 11 different owners, and most teams do have more than one in every sport, by the way. Like the Lakers have like 9 owners, all this stuff, but everyone has a little piece. You buy in if they let you buy in. It sounds like Tom Brady's about to get a major piece of the Raiders. This should be announced. He said today he would make that announcement.
Yeah. So when I saw that news, I thought the same exact thing. He's going to get a bigger piece of the pie. If it's anything other than that, Mario, I would be surprised. Did you see his announcement? Do you have any thoughts on what it's going to be?
I haven't seen anything. Just little pet peeve of mine. I don't care if he buys more steak. I really don't. Like, congrats, man. You have a lot of money. Then he has to go away from the booth. I don't care like how much better he gets or anything. Just an owner having that much, not say, but access
to other
I
teams.
Just don't like. Yes, you're just playing a very, very weird game. and just get out of it. Asking for a lot of trouble.
Dude, you are. It's collusion. I mean, basically, every time he goes to another facility, right, Josh?
Yeah.
He can sit there and say, hey, you know what, Brian Thomas, you look great in a Raider uniform. I mean, the chances of Brady doing a Jags game is ridiculous, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, dude. I have my favorite. One of my favorite Tom Brady moments was this past weekend. He was doing a game, and he said something about because he obviously it's Tom Brady. Nobody's going to be like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. He's Tom Brady. He said something about like clock management, and he said what he needed to say, and then at the end there's a pause. And he's like, I played 23 years or whatever, how many years he's played. I'm like, dude, we all know who you are. Like, you don't have to say I played 23 years or whatever it's been. Like, you're Tom Brady. Okay, you can say whatever you want, and we're gonna believe you. But he ended it with, I've played 23 years. Like, all right, Tom, we got it, buddy.
Like, nice. Like, not to compare, but like Jordan didn't step into like the booth owning the Bobcats, even though they're a disaster. Like, just pick a role, pick a lane, pick a freaking lane, and just go. Do your weird. I have to be the best at it lane, and then leave the rest of us alone. Start a podcast. I think he already has one.
Here's a Tom Brady note for you. I was thinking it's one of those interesting bar things when you're with your buddies. Go, here's something I'm gonna tell you. Fun fact, as people like to drop.
Yeah.
Who's the last Montreal Expo to retire?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. How about that? Do you know who's drafted by the Montreal Expos, Mario?
I did not. That explains why they're no longer a thing, though.
He could have saved the franchise as a catcher. Believe it or not, he was drafted as a catcher. How about that?
Huh. So why do baseball teams do that? Is it just like, hey, we're bored?
Like Johnny Manziel to the Padres?
No, he was legit. He was a legit baseball player.
They're always legit, but like they're never actually gonna go. Like that's the part that never makes sense to me.
Ask Bo Jackson. When the Royals drafted him, they're like, dude, he's gonna be an NFL guy. He was the first overall pick.
Ask Johnny Manziel, ask Kyler Murray, ask Baker
That
Mayfield.
was ridiculous because that's a Padre thing. Well, Kyler Murray was good. He was supposed to go to the A's. And then all of a sudden,
my point is they never go.
You're not giving $7 million back, and he did. I thought it was kind of wild that he gave the money back. The A's gave him $7 million.
He gave him and he gave it back.
Yeah, he gave it back. He says, "No, dude, I'm going to the NFL." And the A's go, "All right, we want our money back," and he did. He gave $7 million back.
I think he's a top 10 pick.
Yeah, he was a top 10 pick. He was legit. Kyler Murray. He wasn't.
AJ Brown got drafted by the Padres. Another Padre.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, we got some comments. After you go, Mario, go ahead.
No, there's just a guy from my high school that got drafted by like the Giants because his dad was a scout.
Oh, yeah,
we always joke, we're like, we're like, hey, when's training camp? And he was like I don't know what order of the pick, but he didn't think that was funny, but I thought it was.
Yeah, it happens. Usually it's round. It used to be now only 20 rounds, but it used to be round 27 as if you took someone in the organization that didn't belong. That was always the code. It was, hey, drafted him in this 27th round.
I'd ride that cocktail every weekend.
You ride that what?
Yeah, way to continue those words.
All right, I'll clip that one since that's a good one.
All right, AK499 says, Josh, I'm giving you flowers. One time, do not get excited. The Bills look dominant in 2 games, but Chargers are on their heels. I'm not afraid, brother. I'm not afraid either. The Bills look great. The Chargers are going to look great tonight. They're going to be right there with the Bills. They're going to be right there with the Colts, teams that look good after 2 games.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm terrified of the Bills. Dude, like every time I think they're kind of suffering, they just Josh Allen like unload. Just go.
No thoughts,
right.
Dave?
No thoughts?
No.
Nothing?
No. It's funny. I like Josh Allen. I just think it's a matter of time before he gets hurt, and he got hurt yesterday. Had to leave the game. And then I would say Josh Palmer, I don't care as much. I don't lose sleep over Josh. I can't stand Joey Bosa. Everybody knows how I feel. It drives me nuts to listen to his comments about his team, about he's finally on a real team, all this stuff about Joey Bosa. It's enough. It's enough. You can take all the
sack yesterday.
I saw it.
That it's like what my mom said to me when I had my 14th mojito on Friday. That's enough.
Yeah. Dude, the stuff your parents say to you is my favorite. I like your dad, like almost disgusted. Like as soon as you walk in the room, I'm in 5 minutes, I'm gonna have to go in the front yard and calm this kid down with his brother. Like he knows. Like you guys never grow up, and your dad knows it.
It was bad. Not bad. It was fun time. We had fun time. Also, you had some videos that you guys would think was pretty funny.
I saw the picture of all your siblings. It was great.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert, $1.99. I was reading the time. Said they're betting $1,000 on the Chargers to cover 4.5 points. F the Raiders. Wow. If you're actually doing that, I want to see the bet slip. Prove it.
Same. Cause that's you had to tease that line or not. Yeah, that's a nice payout.
Mario, we didn't get your score prediction for this game. Josh and I gave mine was 31-17 Chargers. What do you have?
I got 24-17 Chargers.
What did you have, Josh? Do you remember?
I think I had 27-21.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Sean Zahab, hopefully I pronounced that right, $5. First it was Flutie Flakes in Buffalo, and now Raisin Brand has extended an offer to Joey Bosa Brand. Dude, I can already see the Chargers playing the Bills in the playoffs. Like, it's going to happen. Chargers are going to go against Joey Bosa. It's probably going to be in Buffalo. It's going to happen, Mario.
Yeah,
dude, put Bosa right on the cover of that goddamn Fruit Loops box with that big ass schnoz he has. Toucan Sam over there, Bosa. Go ahead. Forget Raisin Brand. Let's match him up.
Even Josh Allen's trying to get his size of a nose. Got popped in the face yesterday.
Yep.
He's probably, I'm coming for you, brother. You know?
Matthew Dahl, 199 says, I'll be at the game, bolt up. I love that. Awesome. Send a picture on Twitter if you can. Add us. I want to see where you're sitting. Prove it. I'm just kidding.
Prove it.
AK $1.99 says, Brittany gave her husband a kiss of death. Laugh out loud. I think Mahomes probably told his family to pipe down, right? We haven't seen them as much over the last year or so. Like, you never see Mahomes' brother anymore, right? Patrick probably told him.
Wow.
Not since the Sean Taylor disaster.
Oh, my God.
You know?
TikTok dance on his death.
Yeah.
I forgot he existed, to be honest with you. Who said that?
Yeah. Told him to pipe
It
down.
was entertaining to watch. This stuff on there was, oh my God. The comments that guy took were unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, talk about don't read the comments. Woo.
Yeah.
Hopefully he did it.
Yeah, we've been asked a couple of times on the show which Charger game we're going to go to. I finally locked in my tickets today, Mario. Dave and I will be at the Houston Texans Chargers game on December 28th, I believe, a few days after Christmas. If anybody's going to that game, hit me up. I'd like to meet up and say hi to everybody. That'd be cool.
Yep.
And I'm just going to go ahead and announce this right now. If you guys give, every time you see Dave, you just got a kiss on the cheek.
No.
He does not want a high five. He wants a kiss on the cheek. That's the way that he likes to be welcomed.
I take the kiss on the cheek over the handshakes. Not a big handshake. I'll shake hands. People always give me a hard time because I'm always washing my hands all the time. I just know where your hands have been. Yeah.
All right.
How do you feel about the cheek kissing?
Well, we're Italian. I think we gotta accept it, Mario.
Yeah. It's the double cheek one that throws me off. I'm like, are we doing double cheek? Like I never know, and I never kiss back. Like there's I just don't know. Whatever. I'll put my face next to your face, but I'm not gonna. I never kiss back. I don't even kiss my friends' wives. Like everyone always walks up to my wife and give a hug, and then they give a kiss on the cheek. But I never kiss their wives. I'm a hug guy. I don't mind the hugs, but I'm not adults. I'll shake their hands. I coach a bunch of kids in high school through like ages 14, 18. Like I coached 7 games in 24 hours, Mario. Okay. And then the kids always go up to the other coaches and they give them a firm handshake because I got coaches on my team trying to teach an adult handshake. And this is how you shake a hand. And they go, Coach Dave, you never shake hands. I'm like, yeah, because you guys take 4 pisses a game and no one ever washes their hands. I go, I'm not shaking anyone's hand on this. You guys out of your mind? No way. It's knuckles.
A couple people asked, are you a fist pump guy, Dave?
I am when it comes to not knowing where your hands have been. But honestly, I'll shake hands of an adult. I assume you guys are mature enough to wash your hands after going to the bathroom.
I was trying to do the bump all weekend. I kept it. So the kiss on the cheek thing, I never kiss. I just do like the cheek to cheek. And I realized I was like, man, I'm not doing that at all. And then I did it. The one time I did do it, the other person didn't do it. I just felt like a creep. But like you said, it's like Italian. And then like I was around Lebanese, it's big in their culture too. So it was just.
Okay, here you go. Let me ask you a question. You're at a wedding this weekend, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know how people dressed at the wedding, but were they showing a lot of chest, the girls that were there?
No.
Okay.
They're,
okay.
yeah, no. They're all like the crowd was like 35 and above. Like I was very much on the younger side.
Got it. So my question was, do you try not to look without looking? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. We're yeah.
Like you go to a lot of young weddings too. You go to young weddings.
I mean, I've came to the conclusion that like if I get caught, I get caught. Like I'm just like, oh, my bad.
See, I always thought this is something funny. I always thought I was good at the non-look look. Like I was like, I'm gonna get my looks in, but no one's gonna know I'm looking. Look.
Yeah.
And then I had one girl who I trusted who said to me, I just want to let you know you are the worst I've ever seen at this. And I was like, I always thought I was great at it. And I was like, I'm never gonna look down ever again the rest of my life. Like when I thought I mastered this, and then I was told I'm the worst ever, I never go for the look down. Hell, you were at Josh's wedding. It was 100 degrees outside, and they're all over the place. Were you looking?
Yeah. I was respecting. That's what I was doing. Checkmate, brother.
Somebody asked if Dave is a Virgo. He's not.
No, Scorpio.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo.
How do you guys know that?
You don't know what your sign is?
Nope.
You don't go on dates?
I go. I mean, if they ask him, like I know, and then they go, I'll look it up, and they look it up. They tell me.
When's your birthday?
How do you not remember?
December 3rd.
Somebody tell Mario what his sign is. December 3rd.
Wait, how do you not remember if you've been told a bunch of times?
Because I don't listen.
Okay.
It's pretty simple. But the one time I do remember is like I guess Spotify has like an annual message for you like every day or something. And this girl I dated was like, well, I want to listen to mine and then we can listen to yours. And I was like, I think this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Hers was so bad. Like they're like, depression's coming and it's gonna suck. And I was just looking at her like, yo, so we got a 4-hour car ride. You got something you gotta get off your chest. And then mine was like, what a glorious day. Like you were going to kill, like so lighthearted. I was sitting there. I was going, let's go. This is great stuff. I mean, what's up next? We got, let's keep doing this.
Dude, when I was younger, Mario, so there used to be a thing. You literally bought the TV guide or it was delivered to your house. Okay. But you buy the TV guide right before you checked out of you because there's no guide on the TV. Like you couldn't click guide to know what was coming up. So you had to buy the TV guide to know what shows were coming up. Mm-hmm. And then you kept it on the coffee table. You'd flip through and go, hey, coming up here, you know when to watch what shows. The last page of the TV guide had your sign for the week of what was going to happen to you. Okay. Ooh. So I had a college roommate. I lived with 3 guys. I had my college roommate who never went anywhere. I remember walking out the door and he goes, man, this TV guide nails it every week. They know exactly what knows me so well on nailing my sign. I'm like, does it say you're going to wear red sweatpants for 7 straight days, watch Leave It to Beaver episodes, and watch porn the second I walk out of here? Is that what it says on the back of the TV guide? Because that's all you ever do. Jeez.
That's so good.
Can we parlay that into a rant real quick to end the show?
Yeah, you want me to go right into a rant? We done with the comments?
So, yeah.
All right, here we go. It's, as I said, it's the Raiders taking on the Chargers tonight. We're super excited. My rant today is people that tell other people how to fan. All right, I'm done with people telling people how to fan. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Anyone who tells someone how to fan is absolutely ridiculous. And there are people I know that get on Charger fans for still rooting for this team, even though they move. So what? That's your team. Once you look at those colors in that uniform, it is locked into your brain. It is hard to pick another team, as maybe some people have tried, and now they have come back. The Chargers left San Diego January 12th, 2017. All right, if the Chargers are your team, they're your team. You know how many Laker fans there are in San Diego? A ton. Everybody's a Laker fan in San Diego. Yet it does say Los Angeles in front. If the Chargers are your team, that's your team. If you want to say you aren't a Charger fan because of Dean Spanos or I like the team, but I hate Dean, that's fine too. But no one should tell you what team you should root for, if you should buy season tickets or gear or anything else. That's it. Let me tell you another thing. Championships last forever. So when people talk about their championships, that's fine. It lasts forever. That's what sports is. It's a history of what you accumulated of saying my team's an 8-time champ, or if you're a Yankee fan, 27-time champion. Those are big deals. So if the Chargers trying to get the first one, so what? I do have an issue, though, if you have a Raider tattoo and you tell me you're a Charger fan. I don't understand that. Or if you're a Padre fan and then you wear Dodger gear half the time, you pick a team. Just pick a team and stay with it. But otherwise, don't sit there and tell people how to fan. It gets old. It's ridiculous. You have no business telling someone how to fan. And at the same time, if you're a Charger fan, no matter where they are, fine. Because the Raider fans, guess what? Your team was in Oakland. You're in Los Angeles. Then you're back in Oakland. Now you're in Las Vegas. dude, you're the last ones to tell Charger fans on who to root for or how can you root for that team. And I'm telling you right now, the bandwagon is open. If you want to root for the Chargers right now because they look really good and things are only getting better, the door is wide open. Come on in.
That fired me up, man. That was one of the best ones you've had. You should be proud of that one. You know, you've had some stinkers in the last couple weeks. That wasn't one of them.
Bothered me at the time. I'm also sleep deprived.
Yeah, that was good, dude. That was a good one.
You left it all on the field on that one, and we appreciate it.
Oh, thanks.
One more comment. Sorry about that. Justin Herbutt said, "How can I share the ticket? I switched it to -3.5 at Bolt Crew Pod on X. Send it to us there. Prove it, liar."
No unit shaming.
Also, again, the fact that Josh and I are going to a game. What's the date again?
December 28th.
Okay, we've been holding out for Mario, but it's tough. Mario has a new job, new city he's living in. It's also a couple days after Christmas. Honestly, if people want to meet up before the game, man, we'd love to meet some of the people that are in this chat. Absolutely.
Yeah, just wash your hands.
Yeah,
wash your hands, kiss cheeks.
Don't give me COVID, please. All right, I'll be super pissed. All right, otherwise it would be a blast. It'll be a good time. We better see some of these people that have been with us for a long time. I was thinking about this. We've been doing this a long time. 2022 is when we started, correct?
Mario's just a baby.
Idea. I was.
Yeah, Mario was he did it long hair. He moved 3 times since. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I have. I've moved 3 times since.
Yeah, actually 3 different cities, but back to Chicago twice, right? Holy cow, man.
No, I think when we started, I was in Indy now.
Yeah, you were in Indy.
Then you went to Chicago.
Then you went to DC, then back to Chicago. Yeah.
Jesus, that sounds like I'm like losing it.
You just aren't comfortable yet. That's fine.
It's fine.
You find your way. We'll get you to Southern California eventually and get you out here permanently. We'll be all right.
I just need to bring it. We'll bring Mama Heron with me, so that way she can't complain about it.
Demetrius says, "Dave, are you a chest bump guy?" Dude, here's the deal, man. I'd probably blow up my Achilles tendon doing a chest bump. That is my biggest fear at this age of my life, of just doing a quick step, like trying to get somewhere, and then it goes to Achilles. Look, I'm Tyrese Halliburton on the ground. You know, no, I'm not a chest bump guy. I don't think I've ever done a chest bump in my life. I'll probably knock you over.
Yeah, that's why I've done one. It's been a while.
All right, look, here's the deal. We're back tonight for a second show. Okay.
Yes.
In case people don't know, we are back tonight for a second show. No show tomorrow because we're going to get it all out tonight. Again, when that game is over, make sure you come back. Bolt Crew Podcast. We're doing a second show tonight. Very excited about this. By the way, doing the pregame and postgame shows. Kind of fun that we're trying this avenue. Who knows? Might be something we do in the future as well. But again, thank you so much for joining us right now in the first show. Make sure you come back and you join us after the second show. You guys will be fired up. It's gonna be a good time. We all have the Chargers winning this game. All right. And at the same time, we'll let you know how our picks did for the week. Mario did get his picks in, even though I didn't read all of them on there. We'll let you know how we all finish up. Mario, you're doing pretty good so far. Okay.
Let's go.
You're struggling so far. All right. So Mario Aaron, Josh Pallet, I'm Dave Pallet. We'll see you after the game tonight. Hopefully after Big Charger win. Take care, everybody.
Hey, yeah, hey, it's the Bolt Crew, and we always winning. Hey, go against us, I don't recommend it. Hey, it's the Bolt Crew, best up in the business. It's the Bolt Crew, repping for the city. Macking on and off the field like Khalil. They hate on us cause we keep it too real. I'm talking smack like Phil Rivers in the field. Oh, you mad again cause we kept it real? Why you mad? Hey, I'm talking smack, I feel like Uncle Dave. Hey, I bring the pain, I feel like Derwin James. I could run and gun, I feel like Herbo down the lane. I feel like LT the way I'm stiff arming these lanes. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, hey. Putting on for the city, putting on for the city. We just wanna win, we just wanna win, yeah.